Welcome to the GTP. My name is Scott, and this video, my friends, is a long time coming as it's been over a year since I've shared with you my manga collection. So in this video, you'll see what I have kept, what I have let go. In fact, let's take a moment of silence for those manga that's no longer in the collection. Okay, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and share with you everything that I have as we're coming up around 3,700 titles. You heard that right, 3,700, but for the sake of video, I'm just going to say 3,500 plus. So with 3,500 plus, we're going to go ahead, I'm going to show you each of my shelves here. I'm going to break down the video from shelf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as well as the box sets, just to give you an idea, and a shelf of shame, which I mean by shame is it doesn't have a shelf at all, just things that I've literally run out of room. I'd love to have a video just showing a beautiful organized collection, but unfortunately this is not beautiful, this is chaotic, and I do apologize in advance for those who would love to see everything looking straight and beautiful. I would love that too, I just have run out of room. So in this video, I'm just going to bring it up now, so not later. In the comments below, let me know what you see that I'm missing. Tell me what were your favorite titles, and again, give me recommendations. I buy so much manga based on your recommendations, and there might be a series you're like, hey Scott, you haven't done a review, talk more about that. If you comment below seriously about ones you want me to review, I will gladly review it. It takes a lot of time, usually the viewership isn't very high, but I will gladly review that series for you. And that's all. Most of my reviews I've done so far is because someone personally reached out and asked if I would do a review for it. And this channel isn't for me, this channel is for you. So that's why sometimes I feel very hesitant, because I don't want to be, oh, look at me, here's everything I have, this is how long it took me. So I try to be careful with these type of videos, but I do know that these are fun. I always love seeing other people's collections, what you guys have. This is my opportunity, as I want to give what the viewers want, and it's typically they want to see everything that we have and why I bought it. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive in and check out this collection. All right, let's go ahead and check out the manga collection with the first shelf. And the number one question I'm always asked is, what kind of shelves are these, and what are these lovely doors here? Well, my friends, these are Billy shelves from IKEA. These are called Oxford doors from IKEA as well. Let's go ahead and dive in here. We have Hayate the Combat Butler. This is complete so far. I don't know anyone else that's actually collecting the series, but this is from the same author that gave us Fly Me to the Moon. That's their current. Then we have Sephra of the End. This is complete so far with 30 volumes. I think 31 just came out. This is a vampire series. We have Spy X Family complete so far. And then we have Dan to Dan as well. Comedy series, definitely not for kids, but this is a great series as well. Anime is doing fantastic. And you're like, Scott, what is behind all this wonderful stuff? Well, since you asked, because we got to do this a lot, again, I'm just trying to get things to fit. We have here the Black Butler. I have through number 20 on here. I got most of these on clearance or super cheap. I have no idea anything on the series, unfortunately. And then behind that, we have Rave Master. Now, Rave Master is something I do really want to collect and read, but some of the volumes are very hard to find. Oh, and we have this Apogeo of Blue Steel, just the first volume. Rave Master, I love if you have volume 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. I would love for you to let me know. I would love to collect the series. I'll do a review for you. This is just one series that it just seems is a little too hard to find. So Rave Master, same person that gave us Fairy Tales and Eden Zero. I'd love to be able to read that someday, but that's just where we're at that. And you're like, well, Scott, what about what's behind Sephra the End? Well, this is easy because it's just one series, and that is Skip Beat, the number1 shoujo series that everyone recommends. It says it's just absolutely beautiful. These will be moved yourself, so if you're wondering, we can move them. And what's nice is they actually almost all fit whatsoever. And I'm a little bummed out, as you're noticing here, it's getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. This is the only one I have used, unfortunately, 35. It just didn't get reprinted, but I found it for 10 bucks. 49, as you see here, is so thin compared to the other ones, but we're almost to 50 volumes of Skip Beat. Peak shoujo fiction, as they say. Let's go ahead and head on down. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to these two shelves here, which I know you don't want to see my head, so I'll go move out of the way. We have My Youth Romantic Comedy series here. I have all 19 volumes. And then we have Mars. Oh, and then A Horse with No Name, separate from this, is a little prequel. This was hard to find. I'm so grateful to have it. And then we have Emerson in the Shadow through 10 here. We do have a review for that if you want to know more of that series. And then if we pull these over here, we have most of my Eyes Press line. I love the Eyes Press line. It's probably one of my favorite when it comes to Korean manga. They're just fantastic what Yen Press has done with their Eyes Press line here. So we have Villains Are Destined to Die, waiting for another volume. It's been a while. We have Tomb Raider King, Remarried Empress. I'd like to do a video just highlighting these series because there's just really a lot of great stuff here. And as we see here, again, I'm just trying to get things to fit so it doesn't look as pretty. I'd love to just have everything displayed, but we're just not in that season right now. Here's Jungle Juice Volume 4, Horizon Complete here. So many beautiful, wonderful series. And then we go down below, we have Homunculus. I have the first and second one. The second one was really cringy, so I stopped, but at the same time, I feel like maybe I should finish that series. And then we have, again, we're just trying to make things fit, which is a little embarrassing here, but here is all of the Boxer. Phenomenal series. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite favorite sports series. Here is, what do we got going on here? Holy Blood, one of the best vampire series currently that I know. Look at this. More, unfortunately, things that just are not fitting. Omniscient Reader Viewpoint. Fantastic. Highly, highly, highly recommend. And we go down here to more. I have this little lovely thing here of Lego. I love that. The end game. So here's our lovely Thor here, just drinking and overweight. It's just funny. So we have this little Lego set here going on. Miss Koku. So this is complete, beautiful signature edition from same author that gave us Inuyasha. Blue Lock, one of my favorite sports series. I started to get people are making fun of it, so I feel like maybe I should read some more other sports series because they're saying if you like this, there's other things that are better. But I'm phenomenal with the soccer series. Over here, my 12-year-old son absolutely loves the series. I love the series, love RPGs. You like it? Togo Oni, this has been a hidden gem. This is really good. I haven't heard too many people talk about it. Why Relena ended up at the Duke's Mansion. Phenomenal. And then Villainous Hourglass, so good. And See My 19th Life. I love these series. Love the Eyes Press line, what Yen Press has done. Again, I'll do a video just highlighting the Eyes Press line. If Yen Press, if you're listening, if you want to send me what you don't see I have, I'd be more than happy. I'd love to read more series. I'm just on finances. I have to pick and choose, unfortunately, which ones I'm reading, even though, as you see, we have quite a bit. All right, moving on here, we have Hinamatsuri. This is complete. Love this thick last volume. We have 07 Ghosts. I don't know anyone else has read this shoujo series or even recommend it. But this is another series we have here. Then we have Dark Gathering. I need to read it. I stopped collecting to read this. I heard it's a spooky. I really love the first volume, but these volumes took a while to get in, so I just moved on to other things. Then we have more shoujo series. We have Nana. This is complete. I hope someday this gets off a hiatus, but I don't think that'll happen. And then we have Snow White with the red hair. For some reason, my daughters got bored with this series and didn't want to complete it, which I was just really sad. And if we start taking things off our lovely shelf here, because again, we're just trying to get everything to fit. Let's see, what do we have behind here? Well, we have here, we have Animanetti here. We have Diadark, so good. I might like it more than Dargo Dihoro, which sounds terrible. Then we have Requiem of the Rose King. Volume 3 took forever to get in, but hey, it's now complete. Another shoujo series, and then we have all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Complete here as well. And then let's go ahead and move on here, because I know you're dying to know what's behind all this. Well, great question here, as we're going to go ahead and move stuff up here. Yes, it's not in order, but it's just one series complete, and that is our lovely Haiku. We have the entire series. I have not read it, which is so sad, but I got it for, I think, $6 a volume, so I just feel like I had to complete it. But so we have all that here, and just for transparency and honesty, Scott, I didn't actually see it, which also makes it so we also have Livingstone Spy Series short, only 4 volumes. Livingstone Volume 3 was out in between prints forever, so let's go ahead and let's move on to the next one. All right, now we're at the bottom here. Dr. Stone Complete. Really love this. And a little side story. Mashal, half Harry Potter, half One Punch Man. We have Ace's story here in this lovely 1 volume from Yen Press. I do want to get the next one. I think the new volume just got out. This was really good hidden gem. And we might be asking, what do we have here? We have Tokyo These Days, the first 2 volumes. I do have the 3rd one. That's on our shelf of shame. This is lovely full here. And this is where, again, we're just trying to get things to fit, unfortunately, here. So this looks really sad, but we Boshi the Rock. Tokyo Babylon. I'm really enjoying this so far as well. Noise. This is the prequel to BAM here. Really good, the artwork, architecture. The manga also was Architect. So Silent Voice did a review on this, so good. Sailor Moon, got this from my daughter. She absolutely loves it. We got the lovely special edition here. Can't pronounce it right. Not for kids, but black and white edition. Attack on Titan, the Colossal editions here. Got those for a great deal. So I was like, yes, let's go ahead and get that. Attack on Titan is great. Especially the anime got me sucked in here. And then you're wondering, what's the last? Well, behind this wall here, I got GTO, the first early years for a great deal. Would love to collect the other ones, but we're looking at like $700 online, and I can't justify that for GTO the early days. I don't think it'll ever get reprinted, but if it were, I'd love to go and collect it. Then we have Moriarty the Patriot here. We got through 15. I need to finish part 1. I don't think part 1 finished for us yet, but so Moriarty the Patriot, and then we have Dead Man Wonderland. That took forever to get reprinted. And then last we have here is Lucifer. Biscuit Hammer, have not read that yet, unfortunately. I just heard good things. I was glad that 7 Seas reprinted. So that's all we have here from shelf number 1. Let's go ahead and check out shelf number 2. All right, moving on to the small Billy shelf here. This is our shelf number 2. We're starting here with Shizumi Project. I thoroughly enjoyed the series so far. I believe there's 2 more volumes are going to come out with this post-apocalyptic series. We have here's not necessarily a manga, but beautiful, beautiful artwork here in this book here. This is storytelling. This is from the master himself, for so much known for Studio Ghibli, but absolutely beautiful. Doombreaker. We only got 1 of these from. I was really bummed out from Webtoon. I don't know why we didn't get more. I really enjoyed the first volume here and hope that they send us more eventually. Then we have Battle Cry Alita here and hardcover, beautiful. We have Ping Pong. Tower of God, I got the first 3. I want to get the 4th one, but it's not in hardcover. I'm really annoyed that they did this lovely hardcover and then they decided to stop. And then when we go here, everything is fine. The first one I like, the second one was like okay, and I don't know if they're going to continue it or not. And the No Bliss, I got the first one hardcover, second one they decided not to do hardcover. I just thought it was okay, so that might need to get rid of. So let's go ahead and look here. Oshe no Ko, absolutely love. I know it just ended and people seem to be furious about it. So I love it so far. I'm only caught up through the physical release. So because of that, I have no idea on if I'm going to be sad or not, but love this series. Yokozuna Family. Don't see enough people talking about it. I think that's good. The Deer King, these are 2 volumes incomplete. I thought that was a pretty good story for what it was. It reminded me, felt like a Studio Ghibli film in a form here. Monoko Princess, I think felt like that vibe here. And you're like, what is behind here, Scott? Well, we have Battle Cry Alita. This is the sequel. Here we have the omnibus here for the Last Order. And then behind here, we have the rest of the Last Order. So, as you see, not very fancy here. That is, let's go ahead and move on and head on up and see what else we got. Okay, here we have Kakeshi here. Almost have the entire series. I think I'm missing about 5 volumes, as you see. I don't know if they're going to reprint them. I hope they do, but most of this series. And then we have all of here of My Love Story, which took a while to collect as well. You might be like, well, Scott, what's underneath all these things? Well, we have none other than the adorable and beautiful Horimiya. This is also complete. And then we have the 100-page thing here. Here's volume 17. And then we have here is the Daily Lives of High School Boys. I got it because I heard it was a great comedy series. And you're like, Scott, that's great, but you know, what's beneath all this stuff over here? Well, we're gonna go ahead and move on. And this is practically everything for an Isekai series, the Saga of Tanya of Evil. I have through 21, and then I did want to collect more, but I haven't read the series, unfortunately, so I thought, you know, I probably should stop collecting for right now. And then we have the golden sheet. This is a lovely 3-in-1 that is completely done. So that's everything here. I know I said I'd share other different additional tidbits for you guys. So if you're like, what is one of the series that you got rid of? A series I got rid of is No Longer Human. While we watch the video, I'll share more things I've gotten rid of, but No Longer Human's one is just not for me. It's just way too graphic. Okay, continuing on here, we have Shangri-La Frontier. Unfortunately, I've not read this series either, which is just actually aggravating here. So we have, I believe, through a volume 11 or 12 here. So we have this lovely series here. And then if you're like, oh, what is underneath? Well, here's the Viz Big Editions of Rurouni Kenshin. And then obviously another one there. And you're like, well, what is behind here? So it's Unordinary. This is really good webtoon. I don't see enough people talking about, but you know, it's from an American author. But I really enjoy these first 2 volumes. I think this is so good. We have I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. And then we go here to our lovely, we have Soul Eater. I have all Soul Eater except for the last one hasn't come out yet. So there's all Soul Eater. Oh, so nice, very heavy. And then as you see here, we have a lovely Gambian Apocalypse. I believe there's gonna be one more. We'll finally have all that from Denpa. Who would have thought when I started collecting in 2020, we would still be waiting and not have the 5th one. Or sorry, I just got the 5th one. There's supposed to be one more. Sorry, the 5th one's in our pile of shame, which you'll see soon. Let's go ahead and move on up. Okay, now let's go ahead on the top here. And then here we have Death Mount Death Play. Really good. Definitely not for kids. There are 3 chapters really, really bad. This is a reverse isekai where instead the guy from a magical place goes to the modern world. I don't hear enough people talking about it. So there's that. And then as we see things falling out, very sadly, we have here Heavenly Delusional, which we have through 6 here. And then I have Bakemonogatari. This is actually complete. The last one is on my shame pile, which you'll see here, but probably not for me. Most of it was on a really good sale, and then for some reason we just kept on going with it. So that is our shelf here, and then Mob Psycho 100, and then the only copies I have, Eyeshield 21, the sports series. I end up purchasing the entire thing on Right Stuff Anime, but I don't know if they'll ever ship or come. They have Mob Psycho 100, and then underneath our lovely Mob Psycho 100 here, we have Alhu Rider through 13, so that is complete. And then we have the Case of the Vantis, this Vampire series, which we have complete as well. So up ahead, let's go ahead and knock out and move on to shelf number 3. We are kicking and crushing with time. What is another series, Scott, you're asking, that just got completely no longer exists? Well, let me tell you, my friends, another one is Happiness. That series was not for me. I did a review on that series, and I did not like Happiness, so I felt we should get rid of it. And it was during the height of COVID where your manga was still worth something, so I actually got to sell it, and I made more money off of it than when I bought it. So how about that? Let's go ahead and move on to shelf number 3. All right, we're moving on up now. Shelf number 3, we have Maid Sama here. This is complete. I started this, and this series is probably not for me, of the Corpse Delivery Service, which I don't even know if we're going to... I mean, I think they came with the 6th one. Who knows how long it'll ever be. And then we have Iruma, Welcome to Demon School. Absolutely love this series. This is hilarious and wonderful and wholesome. Here we have Dragon Head. Very hard to find, 1 through 10. I'm surprised it's not been reprinted. Undead Unluck, which I have not started reading yet. This is on my next pile once we read what we currently have ongoing. And then we have lovely over here, we have Defrag. Unfortunately, one of them I bought used came in this hardcover library. I just didn't want to deal with having to return it, so I do need to take these off of here to make this. But this is a otaku comedy series. Now you're like, Scott, what is underneath all this wonderful stuff? Well, thanks for asking. Here, as we see here, we have Astra and Space here, 1 through 5, and then I have all of Parasite, which is behind here. And then as you see, we have a bunch of, we go into Chainsaw Man. So Chainsaw Man I stopped collecting because I really did not enjoy where the series is currently taking. So we're not reading Chainsaw Man right now. And then you're like, what do we have behind here? Well, we have Iconic Kill, which I have not started read. I just got it on a good sale and said, why not? Fortunately, sadly, I don't know why. I really need to start reading this stuff. I will say the more I look at what I have not read, the more frustrated I am at myself here, and just shame on me. So let's go ahead. You're wondering what's behind here. Again, we're just trying to get things to fit. I really love Orange. Orange, phenomenal shoujo series, which I think switched out of not being a shoujo series, but really good. Blue Exorcist, we have through 28 here, which I do have the other volume through my thing of shame here. And then you might be asking, Scott, is there another series you got rid of? There is another series that I did get rid of, and that used to be on this shelf over here, which is 100 Girlfriends That Really, Really Like You. It was not for me. I thought it got kind of gross, especially the time he ends up not only being with the girl, but then his mom as well. That was gross. Eternal Stab, this is from the same person that made Mars. Not enough people are talking about this series. Hidden Gem, more people need to check that out. If you're looking for hidden gems, it's not that hard to find. I would try to find Eternal Sabbath. Let me know your thoughts. So there we have it there. Let's go ahead and move on down to the next part of this shelf. Okay, moving on to these next two shelves here, we have Shadow Hearts. Not enough people are talking about Hidden Gem, phenomenal series. I've ranted about enough. Toxic Marriage Toxin, I think it's okay so far, but we only have so many volumes of this. And then, oh, so beautiful. Highly recommend. Have to check out Freer and Beyond Journey's End. This is such a beautiful series. And then we have the lovely Nura Rise to the Yokai. I got the entire thing on eBay on a good sale here. This I highly doubt is going to be reprinted. Unfortunately, these are library copies here, but I didn't know any other way that I'm going to be able to get this series collected. I do need to clean this up. I've been wanting to make a video forever showing you how to clean manga, but we have not done that so far, so shame on me. And then we have here Shojin X, which is I have complete, and then behind we have Grand Blue Dreaming. I have a review on this, and then Atomics After School. Great slice of life series. Shojin X, this is from the same person that gave us Tokyo Ghoul. And then we have here, just hoping that it all fits, is the Black Lagoon. So this is complete here. Let's go ahead and take all those off, and then you're like, what, Scott, what do we have underneath the Black Lagoon? Again, we're just trying to get things to fit. We have Sweat and Soap. Shame on me, have not read. Saka, this was on a Rights of Anime Christmas sale, super cheap, so I got this. I've been wanting to read this. I have not read that either, so shame on me again. And as we check out more things here, oh my, what are we doing? That time got reincarnated as a slime through 24. Love this series, so pure joy. I love the anime as well. That's the manga, and then we have Asadora from the same person that gave us Monster, which we have here. And this is Monsters Complete. Asadora is complete with all the volumes so far. I think it's like one a month, so we only get 1 or 2 of these a year. I don't know how long the series is going to go, but whew, it could be a while. So there we have it. Let's go ahead and continue moving down on the shelf. Okay, now we have here some fun stuff I absolutely love. Fortunately, we're not where some of these are hard to find now. A Magical Index manga, this is complete here. A Scientific Accelerator, and then a Scientific Railgun. My dream was to do a big video just highlighting all these series as things fly from our shelves here. I caught those. Oh. So let's go ahead and continue on, because, you know, it's fun to find some bloopers here. And I gotta say, if this video has any value to you, would you go ahead and smash that like button to let me know that I brought some value to this video? Here's D Gray Man here. This is complete so far. And then behind all of these here, we have more a Scientific Railgun. So I am complete on all these certain things here. They're just, what is uncertain is just how hard some of these are to find, but luckily Seven Seas did reprint the series, so if you're looking for that, it's fairly easy to find now. It was not before at all. Then we have ReZero here. This is complete for the manga so far, and then with the prequel here, and then we have Go With The Clouds North by Northwest. This was recommended to me from Mr. Daniel Pepper, so I picked it up because of him. Again, you give me your suggestions, and I obviously will pick it up because I have way too much manga. And if you see here, this is a bizarre collection. There's nothing that's exactly like, you know, it makes sense you only have this. I have a little bit of everything. It's just like music for me. I love rap. I also love classical. I love orchestra. I love Taylor Swift. So a little bit of everything here for me as well when it comes to manga. If it's a good story, If it's a story that's going to pull on my heartstrings or make me think, I want it, and I'll probably pick it up, especially if you're recommending it. So Eden Zero here is complete so far. I know the series finished, so we're just collecting that, and then I want to read it. We have Queen's Quality. It took forever to get some of these volumes, but I'm so glad that got reprinted. The reason why was Lovely QQ Sweeper was hard to find. So we have the prequel, Queen's Quality complete. My daughter absolutely loves the series. It's one of her absolute favorites. Great shoujo series. And then we have Kimono Gen. I don't hear enough people talking about this. It was hard as some of these volumes weren't as good, but then the story got really, really good. And then when we got to here, I was like, oh, I love the villains on this. They did such a good job with that. So that's complete. Let's go ahead and move down to the last part of shelf number 3. Okay, this is probably my most shame here, is these will fall a lot. So I just want to take them down now. And I'm really bummed out because I would love to see the spines of these, but let's go ahead. You'll see here. So I have Tokyo Revengers. Again, as soon as I grab these, they start falling, which is just, I need a better system for this than I do. So I'm just going to put them down now. But yeah, we have all Tokyo Revengers so far. I've really, really enjoyed the series. I think I see why people felt it should end early, as I think after this here, it felt like we had a proper ending. But we'll see what happens. I'm still enjoying the series, even though I know people did not like it. Here is Delicious and Junjin. I do have the 14th as well. It's just part of my Shelf of Shame. We have Sunny, from same person who gave us Black and White in Tokyo these days. This was cool because I got all 3 of these on Mercari for 20 bucks. I heard this is the better one than the part 2 one. The new one came out with different characters. And then we have here all of Carnival. This is complete. Some of these are sealed, so definitely not for kids. They say if you like Chainsaw Man, but you're looking for something more in the shoujo, just say Carnival is the one you should check out. And you know, if I didn't install these lovely doors here, you know, we could fit things like this. I wouldn't have to worry about them falling. But unfortunately, I did not think that through. And we could probably fit more stuff. So, if you're like, what's a rare series you have? One of the rarest ones I probably have is this series here. And it's all thanks to this lovely Volume 3. This alone goes for $150, which is ridiculous. I would never pay that personally. This series took me the longest to collect. If you've been following me for a long time, you might know I had something called On the Road to Legend. And that was collecting this series. So most of them are library copies, but series probably goes for, well, it's crazy, it's 11 volumes. The series, a nice copies will probably go for around $600, which is, to me, just ridiculous. I don't think anything should be worth that. But luckily, Viz Media gave it on the app, so you can read it now legally, which I really appreciate here. We got Blue Flag as well, so Blue Flag is complete. And Bakugamon, this is for all ages. My daughter loved this series, and with the calligraphy artist here. And then we have Record of Ragnarok, and then we have A Bride's Story, the same author that gave us the beautiful Emma, which we will see soon. So that's everything here. Let's go ahead and move on to number 4. All right, my friends, we're now on the 4th shelf. I apologize, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. So if there's a series you're like, Scott, I want you to talk more about it, let me know afterwards in the comments below, and I can give you more detailed thoughts on one. But here's Twin Star Exodus is just finished, so I have not read it yet. I'm just waiting for the last couple volumes. I think it's 35 total. And then we have My Hero Academia Vigilantes and Call the Night, which I absolutely love. I did a review for. Vigilantes I thought was okay. It's a spin-off to My Hero Academia. And then you're like, well, Scott, what's behind all of this, Twin Stars? It's all of My Hero Academia. What? So we have all of My Hero Academia behind all this loveliness here, as you see. And then we go off to Vigilantes. My Hero Academia is finished with 42 volumes. I haven't read it online, so because of that, I'm not fully caught up. So thank you so much for not spoiling it, community. I heard the ending was safe, but we'll see. Here we have number 6, the omnibus here. Thought it was a great deal, and I love the larger trim. And then underneath here, another hidden gem series I don't hear enough people talking about, but I think when the anime is going to come out, and this is going to blow up by storm, this is the beginning after end. If you like Musho Tensei, this is more of a, I don't think it's not a creepy version, but it gives me those type of vibes. Great series. High Score Girl is underneath. We have the Yakuza Fiancé. I really thoroughly enjoy this series. The anime came out. I don't know how well the anime is doing, but I like that. And Icky, the Ultimate Limit. This is also complete. It took forever to get a couple of these volumes reprinted, so because of that, I didn't read the series, so shame on me. So I can't believe I even own this, and let alone that's been reprinted. Then we have Blank Canvas, and then the Adorable Emma, which there's a sale right now, depending when you watch this video, where Crunchyroll has the entire series on sale right now. I'm just blown away that they was even reprint to begin with, so... and these hardcovers. How could you not like Yen Press giving these beautiful hardcovers? This is not what you think. Not the Downtown Abbey that you want, but I highly recommend. The artwork is so gorgeous. This is one that if you've not checked out, you're going to want to check out. Let's go ahead and move on up. Okay, now we're on to these two shelves over here. Type of Original Sin, sad. This is like a Goodnight Pun Pun sad story. It's all in complete. And then we have GTO. That was hard to find for a good deal. This took a while to search and get, but GTO is we have that, which is another like, oh, but there's probably better series. Probably things are not it did not live during its time. I can't imagine this ever being reprinted, especially if you have to have content warnings that say things were inappropriate then, should not be, wasn't okay then, not okay now. So I can't imagine this being a physical release. More Call the Night, Dorohi Doroho. Wow, what a series of great world building and lore. Shame on me, I never did a video on it. And we have More Things Falling, which is part of the problem here, and sad, but Call the Night, really love this series, did a review. Hell's Paradise, I don't know why this is upside down. That's a little embarrassing. So sorry about that. Hell's Paradise, we did a review for that. Rand of the Grey World, and then Look Back, which we now have on Prime, the movie version of that. So we have here, apparently, Delusion Avengers Save the World. You're like, Scott, what's something that's probably going to be off the list soon, or it probably is this series here? I really like the first volume, and it kind of went downhill. So like on a side story here, now I know the 5th and 6th one came out, but I just probably get rid of it. Pocket Diaries, shame on me, I've not read the series yet. I know I need to. And then we have The Witch and the Beast behind here, which is, man, I've read the first one, and then the second one was torn, took forever to get, so really love this one. I need to do a review on this because I don't see enough people talking about this, and this was really good, and I imagine this is just going to continue to be really good. So let's go ahead and grab more of these so they don't fall off. And then we have Cells at Work, Code Black, Cells at Work, which we did a review for a long time ago on the channel. And then we have Fire Force here, which, man, I love these covers, how they all connect. Unfortunately here, I ran out of room, so because of that, we don't get to see the rest of that beautiful connection, but man, those spines are fantastic. So Fire Force here, so we have that whole thing as well. Let's go ahead and continue moving on up. Okay, now we're on to these lovely shelves here, hoping nothing falls down below. So Ancient Manga Spry, I heard if you like Witch Atelier, you'd love this series. Skip and Loafer, this is my top 10, love this series. Made me change who I am, just made me want to be a better person. Ku Won't Let Me Be Invisible, and then Blood on Tracks, which was in my top 10. Whew, heavy series, definitely not for kids, but very, very good. Manipulation, artwork, man, Shuzo Shimi, wow. So we have that here, Kasumi Kiss, we have the whole series here. We have Kowloon here, which is, I'll carefully grab these and hope they don't fall, but we have that series here. We have this lovely bobblehead of Iron Man, which I probably need to get rid of because I don't even like Iron Man. But somebody gave that to me, so that's there. And then you're like, what is here? We have Dead Didi's Destruction. And then afterwards here we have our lovely Girls Last Tour, which is complete. And then we have the Breaker. Really love the Breaker. And then they said the new wave is supposed to, which is the second one, is supposed to be now coming out from Ablaze next year. We've been waiting way too long for that. And then we have To Your Eternity, which I went through halfway and I just need to pick it back up and finish reading it. Beautiful series here. I think this made my top 20 of all time. This is a great slice of life series. Highly recommend. Very cozy. I love cozy series, so we have that here. And then if you're like, what is behind all this stuff, Scott? We know you struggling to show us, but here we have Cross Game, which I am having volume 7 we'll see in a different shelf very soon. Cross Game, I have everything except for what is it, volume 6, and which is annoying is I saw volume 6 at a store. I should have just bought it, but I had faith they were going to reprint it, and that has not happened. So, shame on me. I should have bought it when I saw it at a store in Portland. So, and then we have Noragami, which is the last volume, is finally being printed this December. This is complete. I would have done the Omnibus 3-in-1 with the larger trim, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but Right Stuff Anime had a great sale for this back in the day, so I got the whole series. And now we're just gonna get all the singles instead. So I read the first couple volumes and really liked it. So that's where we're at. Let's go and move on to the last part of shelf number 4. All right, now we're on the last part of shelf number 4 here. Crusade Basketball. This is complete. We have more Sakamoto Days, and then here's that Class game number 7, which you're like, Scott, where is it? Moving on, we have above here Hulk. Also have 11, Order 12. Great series, 12 total. And Banana Fish, we have Sign of Affection here, One Dance, and then here's the Rama and 1/2, which I feel like I'm probably, did I skip a shelf? Because Rama 1/2 is somewhere. Is it behind here? It is behind here. Okay, so we have Sakamoto Days. Let's go ahead and we'll move those. And then after moving Sakamoto Days, we have Ajin, which is, I did a review for the series. Really good Ruthless series, highly recommend, definitely not for kids. Then we have Rama 1/2 here, and then the other 2 are here, so this is complete. This took forever to get finished, but yes, there is Rama 1/2. And then, Scott, what is underneath all these lovely things here? I know you're dying to know. I'm kind of dying to know. I do know, but I wanted to not have things fall, but we'll go ahead and just hope for the best. Let's go ahead and get a Sign of Affection off first, which I stopped collecting just because we're not reading it, unfortunately. But let's go ahead. We have Sign of a Collection. Here's all that there. Banana Fish, complete the Shoujo series. And behind here, we have Fruit Baskets. So let's go ahead and more Wandans behind there. And then we have lovely Pluto. And then after Pluto, which was phenomenal, one of my favorite series of all time, we have Planets. This is a great 2 volumes here from the same author that gave us Vinland Saga. Highly recommend. Aria, this is a great slice life series. It's one of my daughter's favorite series. Beautiful, beautiful series. The girl wanted to be Gondola Rider. And then I got to say, one thing I did want to show you here with Help, which is really cool, which I did not know, is all of them become a mural together. So as you see here, the volumes connect. And I wish they did something where it could connect like this, but they didn't do that. But these connect here. And then, as you see, these connect as well. So I thought that was so cool that they did that with Hulk. I had no idea until I was collecting most of them. Like, hey, this creates a cool wall here. So we have finished this. Let's go ahead and move on to number 5. Okay, my friends, we're on now number 5 of 6. Thank you so much. And again, if I've had any value to you whatsoever with this video, go ahead and smash that like button to let me know. And if you haven't subscribed, do that as well. So we have No Longer Heroine. It's been good and bad. There's roller coasters with this shoujo series. I want to like it more than I do, unfortunately. And then we have here Neighborhood Story from the same person that gave us Nana, and this is a prequel to Paradise Kiss. We have the first 3 volumes. What is underneath? These beautiful spines for Vagabond. They have Mangus in the library. We have all the volumes that are currently out of this. And as you see here, we have more Vagabond and the coveted volume 37, which is hard to find. So someday they say the series is going to continue, so hopefully it does. We only have 1 volume of the Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. I thought it was okay. So it's supposed to be a good shoujo series. I didn't like it as much. Hopefully the other volumes get better, but I also was irritated. It's $15, and man, this is thin. So I don't have any more of that just because of my expectations. Then we have Death Note here complete. We have the short stories, and then we have Under Ninja, and then underneath all this is Boys Abyss. This is so terrible. For some reason, I keep reading this series. So this is like a train wreck that you want to look away from, but for some reason you keep looking. If you like Goodnight Pun Pun, you're definitely going to enjoy that series as well. So that's what we have going up on here. And then we have Blue Box, which I gave a review for. Absolutely love the series. And then we have King no Toke. And then this is complete. And then we have the go ahead and with this here, the additional. And there is one more that is coming out, which I just got in the mail today. Yes, I'm filming this. If you go and check out my Twitter account, you can know the day that I end up doing this video. And then we have the Neverland Promise, the Promised Neverland. And then we have the lovely additional story here from them. And then we have all of Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, I collected it while it was still being printed. I wish I waited till the box set because it would have given me more room. But yeah, all of Demon Slayer. I actually watched the anime season 1 and I was like, I got to know what happens next. So I went and I started purchasing the manga, and that's why you collect that series. So that's all we have of these two. Let's go ahead and continue going down. All right, moving on down here, we have the Elusive Samurai. This has been great, really appreciate it. I love this series a lot. And then here's Radiant, which I have not started yet. Danger My Heart, I have not started yet either. Touring the Apocalypse. I thought this is okay. It's not my favorite. They say if you like Girls Last Story like this, I think it's okay. It feels more kind of like a Studio Ghibli. It's very slow going. I'm still collecting it. I ordered the 5th volume. I'm going to keep reading it. I really love the new Sword Art Online. And then I thought the first, this is a typical Shonen series, but I'm going to read a couple more volumes to see if I want to continue. I usually have a 5-volume rule. And then we have here Ashumi, first 2 volumes, so good. And then we have Dracula here. Midnight Children. I'm enjoying this so far. I just don't like how expensive it is. I mean, we do have the hardcovers, but this is 27 MSRP. What are they thinking? That's so high. Then we have here March Comes Like a Lion. There's 17 volumes for this. Think we're going to have a 3rd one yet from Dempa. Who knows what's going to be like collecting this series in English. But man, Dempa, they are some of the best quality when it comes to producing. And then we have Don't Call Mystery. Highly recommend. Wonderful series. Goodbye Eerie, great one-shot from the same creator as Chainsaw Man. And then we have all, as you can see here, of Inuyasha, which is interesting is I got the whole series from Crunchyroll. I'm sorry, not Crunchyroll, Rights of Anime. And then this was the only volume, or maybe this one, that was out. And it took over a year until this one became available again. So I thought that was just kind of entertaining, just give you a little tidbit here. And then we have one of my favorite series of all time, Witch Hat Atelier. Oh, highly recommend. Best series, all ages. You've got to get it. Get it for your children. So good. Well, I mean, if they're over 10. Really great. And then Blue Period, great inspiring artist series. Watakoi, romantic comedy series with these otaku. And then we have Land of the Lustrous, which I don't hear enough people talking about, so I always hype it up as one of my favorite series. Just finished the last volume. Unfortunately, it's taken over a year to come out. It's been finished in Japan for a while, so I almost am tempted to read it through panels, even though I don't feel that's ethical, so I don't do that, but I really want to find out what happens next. So let's go ahead and continue moving on. All right, now moving on to these parts here. We have all of Yu Yu Hakusho. Took a while for that. I'm very grateful that was reprinted. Fly Me to the Moon. We stopped collecting this because I'm not reading this series, and Viz Media, great surprises. So let's go ahead. Here's Lone Wolf and Club. Very grateful Dark Horse reprinted that because this was expensive and hard to find. Honey Lemon Soda, fantastic shoujo series. Love that series. I just wish it was being printed faster. And then behind our lovely Yu Yu Hakusho, we have World Trigger. Now, the reason why I picked up World Trigger, I heard it has one of the best battle arcs ever for a series, and it's extremely popular in Japan, but for some reason has not really hit in the US. And then we have behind Fly Me to the Moon is our lovely Jujutsu Kaisen. So Jujutsu Kaisen, I need to read it again. I dropped it. It just wasn't doing it for me, but now that it's finished, I feel like I should pick it up, and now I'm wondering if there will be a box set or not. So do I just keep pushing through or not? And then let's go ahead and behind our Honey Lemon Soda, when we can grab all these properly, has one of my favorite series of all time. And that series is none other than 20th Century Boys. And I don't know if it can see well through the camera here, but it actually makes this really cool design with the face. If you can see the face here with the eye for friends. Phenomenal series. And then behind Lone Wolf and Club is we have all of Beastars right here. Beastars through 22. That is complete. So let's go ahead and move on to the last part of this shelf. Okay, so we are on the bottom of shelf number 5 here. Higurashi, I did a review. Absolutely love the series. Blue Giant, this made my manga of the year last year. Highly recommend. You've got to check out this jazz series if you're not ready. You'll see why my manga of the year before that was Witch Hat Atelier. This is down in my top 10, so it's Witch Hat Atelier. You've got to check this out. Great horror series, Higurashi here. And then behind, which I'm not going to forget this year, because last year I forgot this and I just had to post it on there so you could believe me. I have Siren here. I've been slowly trying to collect this series. Now, Volume 7 did come back out recently from a, just looked like a hidden stock they found. I'm hoping that Crunchyroll does the right thing and sends my copy and I have to order a second copy from, like, Mary had it, but who knows if they still have them or not. And then behind, after Siren, man, please reprint this series, Viz. Oh, and then we have Maggie. Now, Maggie is a series that I had every single volume except for a couple, and I was waiting forever, and then all of a sudden it finally came in, volume 14. I think it's 14. So that I have that whole series now. Maybe 10 was hard. Yeah, 10 was hard. 8 took forever, and then so did volume 2. So we have all of Maggie now, and then if you're like, what's Scott? There's got to be more going on here. There is, of course, more going on, as always. And then if you're like, what else do we have going on here? Well, my friends, as I go ahead and I move more manga around, we have Summertime Rending, which I also have done a review for. So, definitely not for kids. I love these hardcovers from Udon. I thought they did a great job with this. Some things in it I thought forced fan service, which is not necessary, but there we are with that. Our Higurashi, and then after Higurashi, which I love, we have Blade of the Immortal, which I have not read, unfortunately, which is just kicked, sadly. Fist of the North Star here, which I've decided to stop picking up these volumes, but Crunchyroll has this on the sale right now, so I end up picking up volume 14. Oh, Scott, what are we doing here? I think there's 17 total in this. I love the blood splatter here, as you see how it connects for Fist of the North Star, and so many series got their inspiration from this older series. And then Flowers of Evil. This is really good. Really made me think. Definitely not for kids whatsoever as well. All right, we have just, we're going to see a thing of shame, and we're going to see a bunch of box sets, and we have the Shelf 6. So thank you for sticking through. Let's go ahead and continue on and see what's next. All right, we are in number 6 now. Let's go ahead and check out, well, as you see here, we have The Girl from the Other Side, Slam Dunk, which was on my bucket list to read this year, but I didn't. Shame on me. Here's the best series of all time, Smoking With You, Planet Supermarket, fantastic, and then a Kaiju number 8. We have here Yalmushi Pedal, which I have complete all 25 volumes. This is just the only way I can get this to fit, so, which is frustrating. So let's go and pull up and see what's behind here. And I can't believe we have over 92 volumes in Japan of this. I just have a feeling Yen Press is not going to reprint this series, so because of that, I continue to pick it up. And this is all just more Yalmushi Pedal, and I think, and yes, and then we have here lovely Zom 100, and then we have Alice in Borderland, which is really cool, as you see how through the pictures the city all connects and it looks very, very pretty. Woo, so cool. I love spines that do that. I'd love to have that look pretty in my collection. Unfortunately, it does not look pretty whatsoever, and it's just sad and shame. So, ringing the bell, jing jing, shame, jing jing, shame. Slam Dunk. What's behind Slam Dunk, you ask? Well, this is another Slam Dunk in itself. Ha ha ha. So, what do we got here? We have Hunter x Hunter. So, just so for transparency, here's all of Hunter x Hunter here. This is complete with everything that is currently available for Hunter x Hunter, and then we have our lovely Kaiju. So, this is just where I have for now, and man, I need to rearrange these shelves. Better way. If you know a better way to rearrange your cells to make it where you can have more than 500 fit in a Billy, let me know. I am open to your ideas. Let's go ahead and move on to the next part. Okay, let's go ahead and look at these next 2 shelves we have here. We have all of Gangster here. Ooh, this is already falling. Oh my. All right, Candy and Cigarettes. I think there's 11 volumes total, so I haven't started the series, unfortunately. More of sadness. Really good here. If you like Attack on Titan, I think you're going to like this series. This has a good mystery so far. Snowball Earth, so good last first couple volumes. And then we have The Medalist here, which I absolutely love. And then we have Solane, which is from the same author that gave us Goodnight Pun Pun. As you see here, we can put them all together. It looks nice as you have this lovely picture of our little Pun Pun guy here. Super depressing series. Definitely stay away from children, not for kids whatsoever. And behind here we have Golden Kamuy, which is complete, and I've done a review for that series as we have more books flying, which is making me cringe, which is probably making you cringe as well. So that, my friends, is our lovely things we have over here. Again, just for transparency, I realize, I apologize, I didn't pull all the Yowamushi petal. That becomes an issue. I can take a photo of it and post it, taking them all out. But here is Golden Kamuy. So, so good. Highly, highly recommend checking out that series if you've not already. Okay, we have Constant Love is War. This is from the same author that gave us Oshin no Ko, which is now Mao, which is complete. I don't hear enough people probably talking about that series whatsoever. And behind me from here, after Bongo Stray Dogs, the Beast, and then the Dead Apple, we have I Am a Hero, which was my first review I did. So if you want to see how, whew, that was a rough one, but my first review I ever done was I Am a Hero. And then as I move things here, we have all of Bongo Stray Dogs that are currently available. Another series that Scott needs to get caught up on, and shame on me. So let's go ahead and keep moving on. Okay, we are almost there. We have two more shelves to go after these two here. Thank you for sticking through, and then again, we'll do the box sets as well and Shelf of Shame. All Komi Can't Communicate. I love this series. It's so, so good, so cozy. Highly recommend if you're not reading already. And then we have the lovely Eyes here. This is complete. This is that coveted volume 15 that everyone struggles to find. I found the entire series at a pretty good price, which allowed me to, and it came with this volume, which made it so I think on its own I'm seeing this for $150. I was able to get the whole series. I think I want to pay to $120 for the whole thing. So I didn't think that was bad for what you get here for Eyes. And then we have Akane Banashi. Absolutely love this series. Yona Dawn, one of my daughter's absolute favorite series of all time. Now you're like, well, what is behind Yona of the Dawn? Well, behind Yona of the Dawn is we have all of Black Clover here. So Black Clover, as you can see, just goes on and on. I did not like the series at first. It took me a while to get into Black Clover. And I want to say it might have been... Which volume did I finally enjoy this series? Was it this one? It took me 8 volumes. Now I don't normally do a 5-volume rule, but after volume 8 it clicked, and I absolutely loved this series, and I'm just really glad that we now have it. It was in between prints for a while during that craze, but there we have it there with Yona Dawn, Black Clover, and just put it back after. You guys don't need to see me watch you take it back. You're like, what's behind Black Clover here? We have the Faraway Paladin. You're like, Scott, is there more? There's always more. And then after Faraway Paladin, we have the Tunnel Summer, and I have a Basara Volume 2. It's the only volume I have of Basara, but it is there, this lovely hidden gem. Someday, I hope it's reprinted. So, what is behind our lovely Komi here? Behind Komi Can't Communicate is... I'm sorry, Komi. We're mixing volumes. I know it's driving me nuts too. Believe me, I don't feel right with that there, but we're just dealing with it. One Punch Man, just go with it, guys. I apologize. We just want to be quick. After One Punch Man here, we have Blood Lad, which took forever, but I'm so glad that Viz decided to reprint that for us as well. So... that we have it here. Let's go ahead. We got one more shelf. Congratulations. You have made it to the top. All right, my friends, you have made it to the end. Congratulations again. This was a lot of work. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You're seeing me sweat as it is. Great content. I give a family or a parent's perspective as well as just my own perspective on things. Fable, really good. Definitely not for kids whatsoever. Another series I absolutely love that came out this year still, Celestial Shadows. This will probably be my #2 favorite series that came out this year after The Medalist. Initial D, this is new as well, that came out this year. Hats off to Kandasha for reprinting this series. There's like 42 volumes, so there is hope for this. There's hope for hope for everything else that we're looking for. We have Vinland Saga, one of my favorite series of all time. It's been forever. I wish we'd have the last volume 14 come out soon. Then we have all of JoJo's here. We have the Let's Spoke Rowan here. So here is all of for Golden Wind. And as you see here, we have more that are just peeking out as I apologize for the technical difficulties. We have Moon Clear in the Moonlight Dusk here, which I have not read. Shame on me as it's falling. Silver Moon. This was given to me as a gift last year. I really want to collect the whole series and read it, but I haven't yet. Not Simple One Shot. This was really a Karma line if you're looking for something that's more of an indie here. Descent Stories, I want to collect this whole series because this was also given to me last year as a gift from the Secret Santa exchange, but we just haven't gone into it. Ablaze, taking forever on these, but here's Centaurs 1 and 2. Really good series there. We'll move these so we can see what here. Here's JoJo's. I reviewed these two here. I read this whole thing. I wrote a review, but I haven't edited and finished reviewing just because I felt, I don't know, some reason you really need another person talking about JoJo's. If you want me to actually show the review, I can. Let me know and I can go and record and edit the whole thing. Innocent, this is really good, from the same person that gave us the Climber. Definitely not for kids. This is, holy cow. I had no kidding here. Talk to My Back. This was really good as well. I thoroughly enjoyed this as a one-shot, looking through the perspective of a Japanese housewife and just dealing with growing up in the 80s. Very, very good. And the rest of JoJo's here. So let's go ahead. We have the Shame. And then after Shame, I'll go ahead and we'll show you my box sets. Okay, my friends, let's talk about our lovely Shame here, which is so, so sad. We have this lovely, you know, Go, which is gigantic. I'm not sure where we're going to put it. And if you're like, Scott, what are other things that you have you just haven't put away yet? I just have, this is from my last couple of hauls here. So if you're watching my videos, you know what these are already. But as you see here, I don't know where to put this stuff. I need to reorganize where I just probably need to pull some series out, unfortunately, here. So we have all this here. And then as we continue to move on, we have more and more manga here. So these are series we're collecting, and I mean, just Mary Manga, I just got, man, 29 more volumes today, and I don't even know where to put the things I have. So with that, here is our Shame. I just say Shame because I need to find a spots for these things. I want to keep collecting. I want to keep, next year, I don't know where we're going to put things. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I might need to get rid of some things, but I really love everything I have, and I like the idea of having a library and collecting, and so we have more of that stuff here. And then we have Your Lie in April and more Eyes Press stuff and other things here as well. So this is all Shame. So this is all like, Scott, where are you putting things now? Well, I've run out of room and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And holy cow, I gotta say, Dempa, what? That is such a thick volume. Wow. So that is the Shame that we have there. Whew. So thank you so much for watching so far. We have one last section we're going to go and check out, and I'm going to show you just my box sets real quickly. And again, in the comments below, if you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer them, and thank you again so much for staying with me for this video. Okay, and last we have our box sets, which are up top here. I'm just going to go as quickly as I can on these. I have another video where you can see all my box sets, except for the one at the top there is Dimension 21, but we have Shadow Hearts, we have Claymore, we have the Princess Jellyfish, we have the Tokyo Ghoul, Tokyo Ghoul Re, we have the Hostess Club, which is on top of there. That brown one you see, you're like, what is that brown thing? Well, that is Full Metal Alchemist. And then we have Bakuman up top there. We have all of Bleach, we have all of Naruto. That white there, that is the Romeo, Vampire 1 and 2. And then we have the lovely One Piece, and then I have Akira at the back there, as well as not only do I have Akira, but we also have Dragon Ball. So that, my friends, is all the box sets. That is a complete video. Holy cow. Wow, you have made it this far. Congratulations. Whew. So my friends, that is my entire collection. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you stuck it to the end of this video, I hope I could add some value to you. Again, let me know what I should add to my collection, what maybe I should remove, and I'd love to hear your comments on recommendations, as I'd love to go ahead and read series for you. That's what the channel is. If there's something you've seen that you know I'm reading but I haven't done a review for, let me know. I do reviews based off of your feedback. This channel is not for me, this is for you. Many of these series, as you saw, are not for kids. There are some that are definitely for kids here. If there's a particular series you're not sure of, go ahead and ask me in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to answer that as well. So, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you've not liked, subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. Sorry, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm tired. This is a long video, but hey, thank you so much for sticking to the end. Thank you for being part of this community. If you're new to the community, welcome to the GTP. Thank you for checking out my manga collection of 3,500 plus volumes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.